And here it is, our main event. Alberto is going to beat Bobby Lashley in 18 minutes and 7 seconds to retain the GFW title and win the Impact title. Alberto came out with his father and his brother, all professional wrestling legends. Lashley, of course, comes out with King Mo and Dan Lambert, who is the owner of American Top Team, and a bunch of the American Top Team fighters, guys you may recognize if you're an old school UFC fan, like Jeff Monson was there. Either way, this is a hell of a match. They're pulling out all the stops. Eventually, as you might imagine, some of these folks on the outside start to get involved a little bit. Alberto's going to post Lashley and pin him after a double foot stomp. And after the match, everybody comes out and is given a hand, and the crowd is maybe a little burnt at this point. But the action was great. 3.25 stars, according to Dave. What'd you think of the match and the execution? You said this was a show you were really, really proud of. You got to have a strong main event. And man, you got two bona fide Hall of Famers here in Alberto and Bobby Lashley.
I can remember before I went through the curtain to go out there, in that, with my, I'll call it my talent hat on, I'm like, all right, I don't want to say anything to really fire the crowd up. They've had a long show at this point. I wanted these talent to over deliver like the rest of the show. I was nervous for them. I had a ton of confidence. We wanted to give this the big fight feel, if you will. And Dan Lambert, literally the owner and operator of the most successful MMA gym in the world and everything that went with it. Young Colby Covington had been at some of the tapings before he shot to superstardom. But Dan always gracious with his time. He's one of your rivals though, isn't he?
Oh, no, we're friends. We've done deals before. He's
still one of your rivals. I'm just
gonna say he is the biggest belt collector in the world.
Yeah. I love Dan. And I thought his promos in AEW going back are some of the best in the history of AEW. But in this case, it delivered in the big fight feel. And it was to me, me sitting backstage next to Ed, and then I'd go over to the curtain and I'd go to the truck and I'd go to the go position. I just wanted to get the feel of everything. Yes, and I've said this a couple of times, it wasn't a paid audience. It was Orlando, but turning people away and coming from where the brand was not that long ago and knowing the challenges that everybody had been through. I wanted this to be a feel-good moment, most importantly on screen, but off screen as well, that, hey man, this is our jumping off point, if you will. Let's rock and roll from here. We're kind of got to a point now. It's the GFW champions, and let's keep rolling. And look, the Impact name in India and other places, the name of the show is going to be Impact, and it is what it is. And let's keep moving through. But let's do everything in our power to give this Slammiversary the best shot to succeed. And I thought Patron and Bobby were freaking awesome. Yeah, I think they went out there and worked their ass off and delivered the main event match that we needed following 2.5 hours of some really, really diverse, entertaining stuff.